said Mole, flinging down his paintbrush.
Bother and blow,
said Mole, and he bolted out of the house without even waiting to put on his coat. Something up above was calling him into the sunlight and away, across the meadows and along the copses, trotting along the riverbank, where, all of a sudden, he sat down, entranced and bewitched. As he sat on the grass and looked across the river, he became aware of a bright little star winking at him from the opposite bank. The star became an eye, and then there was another eye, then a small brown face with whiskers.
Hello, Mole. I was just going off for a trip on the river. Would you like to come? Come on, old chap, just step into the boat. Now you really are afloat. Picnic hamper under your seat. Sit back and relax, there'll be plenty to eat. A light from the river.
To Rat's house. Rat spent the summer and the autumn showing Mole the sights of the riverbank and introducing him to all his friends, except for one, the rather grumpy Mr. Badger, who lived in the wild wood.
Couldn't we invite him to dinner?
Asked Mole.
He wouldn't come,
said Rat.
Simply hates society.
Well then, why don't we go and call on him?
Suggested Mole.
It's a long journey,
replied Rat.
But perhaps we should pay him a visit, especially as Christmas is coming on.
And so one cold December day, they set off through the wild wood, rather thoughtfully.
It's us, Rat and Mole.
Why come in, come in. I thought you were those confounded field mice carol singing again. Come in, and sit by the fire.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
confound you, wretched field mice. I suppose you'd better come in.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Badger, thank you.
You may later sing one verse of some brief soothing carol. For the moment, be silent while I talk with Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole. Now tell me, dear Rat, what is the news of the outside world, and in particular, what of our reckless young friend Toad?
There's nothing new about the Toad, except his latest crazes.
Alack, a prey to foolish crazes.
There is no end to what he'll find, his stamina amazes.
Amazes?
I blame his parents, such well-intentioned folk, but then, alas, they spoiled him.
I fear they must have spoiled him.
Our auntie says he tried to knock the village, but he's been out the help, and then he poisoned.
Be silent.
It's a problem, it's a problem, it's a terrible, terrible problem. It's a problem, it's a problem, it's a terrible, terrible problem. We'll have to do something about Mr. Toad. His conduct is truly appalling. He's foolish and fickle and easily led. A seated up boastful and weak in the head. He'll go to the bad and then soon you'll be dead. What can we do to prevent it from falling? Last month he bought a gypsy caravan in bright canary yellow.
Oh no, not bright canary yellow.
The colour's jolly bad enough, but worse was still to follow.
Alack,
I think that Oxford did for him.
To true deed.
All those aesthetic parties.
I disapprove of parties.
Our dad says Toad gets drunk on birthday balls and smarties.
Hold your tongue.
It's a problem, it's a problem, it's a terrible, terrible problem. It's a problem, it's a problem, it's a terrible, terrible problem. We'll have to do something about Mr. Toad. His conduct is truly appalling. He's foolish and fickle and easily led. Conceited and boastful and weak in the head. He'll go to the bad and then soon he'll be dead. What can we do to prevent him from falling? This month, I think you must have heard, is motor cars and speeding at more than 20 miles an hour. It's reckless ruling as he drives to tragedy is leading.
How true.
The countryside is now no longer safe. His motoring's a menace.
Our grandma says
Shush!
We'll have to do something about Mr. Toad. His conduct is truly appalling. He's foolish and fickle and easily led. Conceited and boastful and weak in the head. He'll go to the bad and then soon he'll be dead. What shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do?
What shall we do?
What shall we do? What shall we do?
Sort him out, we'll put him right, we'll set him straight, we'll lecture him, we'll get him on the rails and mash him up and call us back. Yes, that's what we'll do to prevent him from falling.
a partridge in a pear tree.
Be off!
And that's how things were left. Rat and Mole returned home the next day, determined to save Toad from the dreadful consequences of his new motor craze. The rest of the winter passed quietly. One morning, quite early in the spring, all three animals happened to be standing in a peaceful lane near the riverbank when they heard a most terrible commotion in the distance.
Watch out! Watch out!
Sure enough, it was Toad.
I
Jumped
say,
down
you
from his
chaps,
car. He said,
what do you think of her? Straight 8, with sleeve valves, of course. Family crest on the door, does nearly 50 downhill.
Badger interrupted sternly.
Toad, you unhappy creature.
Me unhappy?
Exclaimed Toad.
What a lot of rot you talk, Badger. I'm the happiest creature alive. The open road, the smell of hot oil. If you chaps can't recognize the coming thing when you see it, then I'm afraid progress won't wait for you, and neither shall I. Must be off. See you chaps at my place in time.
And with that, Toad started up the car again and drove off. But that wasn't the end of it, as I'm afraid we'll see.
Silence! Silence in court!
Never, in all my time as a magistrate, never in all the long years I've served on this bench, never has been seen a creature more abjectly despicable, a toad more steeped in the molasses of criminality, more tarred with the glue of felonious turpitude than the hardened criminal you see, drooping like a fly-blown chicken shawarma before our averted eyes. Pull yourselves together, prisoner. Be a man and prepare to hear your sentence. You shall be taken from this place and be flung into the deepest, darkest, and the most vile-smelling dungeon that the resources of Abu Dhabi jail can provide. And there you shall languish. On the first count, stealing a motor car, 10 years. On the second count, driving in a most reckless and dangerous manner, 15 years. On the third count, insulting an Emirati policeman, 20 years! And in view of the seriousness of the offences and the hardened criminality of the felon, I order that these terms of imprisonment shall be served consecutively and concurrently. Take him away.
Toad, abject and downcast, was led away roughly by 2 horny-handed jailers and thrown into the nastiest of dungeons, with nothing for company save the occasional spider, and no solace save that provided by a tin mug of brackish water and stale crust thrown to him from time to time. And oh, I nearly forgot, the rather comely and kind-hearted daughter of one of the jailers. Let us eavesdrop as she attempts to rally the starving and disconsolate felon.
Let me tickle your fancy toe. Now
alas, nothing the jailer's daughter had to offer seemed to rouse him. But, like all great men of history, his single-mindedness saw him through, and he escaped by exchanging clothes with a humble washerwoman. Let us join him as he makes his way back to Toad Hall, a sadder and wiser Toad. Actually, that's not quite true, but perhaps I'll let you be the judge of that. Here he is.
I've got style, I've got chic, I've got charisma, I've got mystique. All my friends tell me so, and after all, they ought to know. Such a debonair, such sophisticated savoir-faire, so dégagé, so ennemi. The people come to cheer when I walk down the street. I'm the Toad, I'm the greatest. I set the style. So stay a while and I'll tell you how. This confidence I get caught by Scott and John. They have to bring me in when the case gets too hard. I'm signed to blessings from me. I showed him that MC squared was me. It's on and stupid, would think at me. They've had a lot more hits if they had studied me. Going with Angela's drawing is absolutely appalling. If they had done consistent ceiling, you'd find it more appealing. That is the greatest. Genius is really the word. Knighthood should be conferred on Toad. Okay, it appears so. I hope you get the message loud and clear. If you can't resolve a problem, why just bring it here? Come in. Don't be shy. Make a bit of those who gave me a try. When you saw that apple drop from the tree, and he asked me what it meant, and I said, science and invention will best lead you to Professor Toad.
It's too good to be true.
Toad is the greatest.
So let's get the show on the road. Fabulous, fantastic.
Sensational, successful, scintillating superstar Toad.
Unhappy animal, homeless reprobate, dispossessed, dissolute.
Steady on, old chap, it's only me, your old friend Toad. Why, hello, rat. Hello, mole. Why don't you all come down to my place for a spot of luncheon?
Luckless Toad, you no longer have a place. While you were in prison, Toad Hall was invaded by the weasels,
The weasels,
the ferrets,
the ferrets,
and the stoats.
and the stoats. Oh, horror! Catastrophe appalling. Oh, misery. Oh, injustice. Now I'm ruling. Alack.
Now listen to me, Toad. All is not lost, undeserving fellow though you are. I have a plan. We must arm ourselves with knives,
With
knives,
with cudgels, and with pistols of alarming aspect. Gain entry to Toad Hall by a secret tunnel, the presence of which was fortunately made known to me by Toad's august father many long years ago. Then we advance upon the weasels and the ferrets and the stoats, brandishing our weapons and singing a ferocious and blood-curdling chorus.
a ferocious and blood-curdling chorus.
That's right, with solos by Toad. The weasels, the ferrets, and the stoats will all flee in abject and mortal terror. Comrades, advance.
Let's wallop the weasel, let's strangle the stoat. Let's frazzle the ferrets who have them by the throat. Twist their arms and pull their necks until their eyes go pop. Toad hole is Toad hole, let's go over the top.
Tiptoe up the staircase,
Tiptoe, tip,
After down to the pantry.
hit, hat, hit.
Back again to the foot of the stairs.
Catch the villains unawares.
lay them neatly out in pairs, listen while they say their prayers.
Let's go over the top. Pin them up by the ears, chaps, steer them down to the floor. Weasel burger and chips, these are treats that we adore.
Shrink the stones in little bits.
Let's have a thumping shot. It's weasel whacking good. So let's go over the top. Whack, whack, whack.
Watch it, there goes a weasel.
Whack, whack, splat. Strike, yes, it's a swish. Got him, squashed him flat.
There by the door, there he's lost. He's dead.
Yes, Toad hole is Toad hole. Have we taken care of them all?
Didn't I hear a weasel call?
Come on, let's get out of here.
He's gone over the top.
Every last weasel, ferret, and stoat fled in panic and disorder, and Toad Hall was once more Toad's. Badger lectured Toad sternly, reminding him that his folly and his boastfulness had nearly cost him his liberty and his home. And Toad promised to mend his ways. The next night, a celebration banquet was held at Toad Hall, and everyone made merry. It was nearly midnight when Badger rose to his feet, rather unsteadily, and addressed the assembled company.
My friends, this is a happy occasion. Toad Hall lay still fallen into the evil hands of the weasels. Ferrets, and the stoats, has finally been restored to its rightful owner. I give you a toast of and And now I call upon our good friend Mr. Toad to make a brief reply.
I could never have come back if it hadn't been for you, my friends. A house can seem empty, so you wander and you think of your friends. There are so many things that I never really saw before, but I think that I can see them clearly now. The kettle on the hob, the chestnuts in the fire,
It's time that perhaps I started perhaps to think about settling down.
Mole caught rat's eye, rat caught badger's eye. Each knew what home meant to the other. Nobody managed to catch Toad's eye, but then Toad's eye was roving and resting lovingly on every detail of his home. Worth 1,000 gypsy caravans, worth 1,000,000 motor cars, thought Toad.